All right, so the next little bit on our agenda is listed as reframing the past, shaping the future, but we also snuck in everyone's favorite thing, a little icebreaker in this section. Yay, I know you're all super excited about it. So this is an icebreaker just to get everyone kind of talking, chit-chatting. I know a lot of you know each other, but not everyone does. There's going to be a lot of talking this afternoon, so this is really just to get everyone warmed up. This is also a hybrid icebreaker, so our friends online, feel free to join in. So essentially what we're going to do is I have a little spinny wheel on my phone here. It's going to give us a year and then a month. And essentially just at your tables, you just say what you were doing, where you were in that year, in that month. No one is fact checking anything, so feel free to say whatever you would like. I know, fun, fun, fun. So I'm gonna get my little spinny wheel up here, and I'm not gonna be the one to do it, so I'm roaming down here. I'm gonna go pick someone. Putting people on the spot, it's their favorite thing. I'm gonna pick Andy, because you're right in front of me. Sorry, Andy. All you need to do is just hit the little button. All right, let's see. What month are we getting? It's gonna pop up in a second.
April.
All right, so we got April. I'm gonna go. Who am I gonna pick next? Who wants to be? Peter? All right. So we're gonna pick a year now. So I just need you to tap that wheel. There we go. All right, and then I'm gonna give you the microphone so you can tell everyone what year it is.
April 2023.
All right, so I'm going to give you a few minutes on the table, and those of you online can throw it into the chat. Just tell people what you were doing in April of 2023. And again, no one is fact checking this, so feel free to say whatever you would like. Come up with a great story. I'd be curious to hear. I'm trying to think what I was doing. All right, so I've been hearing lots of very good conversation happening. People were chatting. Hopefully you learned some fun things about each other. If you get an opportunity to scroll through the chat, there was some really good ones in there about what people were doing. So yeah, but now we are going to move on to the framing the past, shaping the future section. Let me just get this started. Make sure this works. Okay. Did you hear that, Cynthia? You're going to have to click to make the PowerPoint work. Just click one over. All right, all the joys of technology. So much fun. Okay, so this particular section here is just going to be me chatting, just kind of, framing why we're actually having this summit, why we're here, just like a brief overview of resource sharing. And when I say brief, I mean like super brief. I'm not going to make you sit here forever. I am excited to be here with you today as we begin this day of discussion and collaboration. So like I said, this particular section, Framing the Past, Shaping the Future, is kind of meant to provide a brief overview why we're here, set the stage for this morning's systems discussions and this afternoon's panel discussions. So we're going to start with framing the past and talking about the history of resource sharing. So the Library of Alexandria was built around 3rd century BCE. I'm not going back that far. I'm not going to make you listen to me give it actual history. But it would be fun. We'd just be here all day. Let's see if my clicker will work. What? No. I was gonna say, oh, let Cynthia handle it. So we're gonna fast forward a few millennia and begin with the early days of Canadian academic libraries and resource sharing. So resource sharing in Canada has very deep roots, as many of you know, probably even better than myself. So long before the digital age or formal agreements, libraries were already working together to ensure that knowledge could flow freely across institutions. In the early days, this meant manual interlibrary loan systems, paper forms, fax machines, personal connections, a whole lot of trust. And then in the 70s, we had the University of Toronto Library Automation System, which was one of the earliest shared cataloging and union database systems in Canada. This system enabled libraries to access shared bibliographic records, kind of laying the groundwork for more efficient resource sharing. Then as technology evolved, so did our systems, and these early systems then laid the groundwork for the collaborative infrastructure that we rely on today. Another major milestone that many of you are very familiar with, I'm sure, is came in 2007 when Ockel, Copel, CREPUK. I don't know if there's the actual way of saying that, which is the precursor to Paybuck, and CAAL formalized a national resource sharing agreement. This formal agreement extended reciprocal interlibrary loan and document delivery privileges across Canadian universities, kind of creating a truly national framework for collaboration. This may not be news to many of you. You may be very familiar with this. Maybe this is new to you. So thank you for indulging me in that little history lesson. So over the years, from the early days of informal manual ILL to the introduction of computer technology in the 70s to the complex tools of today, we've built a resource sharing network that has stood the test of time. And we've done it through collaboration, compromise, and community. But of course, we've also faced challenges. There have been fragmented systems, inconsistent standards, and the ever-present tension between individual realities and collective goals. See if this is going to work. Ah, yay, it worked. All right. So then the question is, why the Future of Resource Sharing Summit? Why now? And essentially that is because, oh, it's not going to change now. Oh, well. That's because the landscape is shifting. Systems are evolving, user expectations are rising, and the pressure and need to deliver seamless, equitable access is greater than ever. So we're here today because we recognize that the future of resource sharing in Canada depends on that interoperability, on our ability to connect systems, institutions, and people in meaningful ways. It's on our willingness to work together, even when our perspectives and our systems may differ. So today is about asking, how do we work together across systems, provinces, and priorities to build something better? So while helping to plan this summit, I was reminded of a quote from a leader who I greatly admire, Kim Nam-joon. And when speaking about his group, somebody's laughing because she knows who that is. He's the leader of the group BTS, but he's an amazing leader. And so one of his quotes when speaking about his group is that we are on the same boat, looking in different directions, but going the same way. And I really love this image. I think it's very apt for describing the landscape of resource sharing in Canada right now, and the group of us here at the summit and online. So each of us brings a different perspective to the table, technical, operational, strategic. We may each be focused on different priorities, serving different communities, we're using different systems, but we are all moving towards the same destination. We want a future where resource sharing is seamless, efficient, and as user-friendly as possible for both staff and our patrons alike. So what does this future look like? That's a question that all of you here have probably already been considering, and one that is the reason this whole summit came to be. It's a question that I can't answer. I wish I could just give you an answer and we could all go home. It'd be great. But throughout the day, it's something that we hope to explore together. It is why we are all here. We know whatever this future is going to be, it won't be built by any one organization, vendor, region. It's going to take all of us working together. Which is why today's summit is about more than just systems discussions and panels. It's about asking, what do we want resource sharing in Canada to look like in 5 years, 10 years? What do we need to do to make that envisioned future of resource sharing in Canada happen? So as we head into today's summit, I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for the work that you do every day to make resource sharing possible, not just within your institutions, but across our entire resource sharing network. Your work is what ensures that students, researchers, faculty, and communities have access to the knowledge they need, no matter where they are. So I'm genuinely excited to hear from everyone in this room and online. By sharing your insights, your questions, and your experiences, you're going to be helping to shape the future of resource sharing in Canada. And our hope is that today's summit is an opportunity to connect and collaborate, and that all of us walk away with new ideas, renewed energy, and a clearer sense of how we can work together to build a more connected resource sharing landscape in Canada. So that is my little brief overview of resource sharing, our intro to this summit. Our next step is going to be our friends from Australia telling us all about their work that they're doing there to build a standards-based national lending network.